Chapter 26. After the plague had ended, the Lord said to Moses and to Eleazar son of Aaron the priest, "Take a census of all the men of Israel who are 20 years old or older, to find out how many of each family are of military age." At that time the entire nation of Israel was camped on the plains of Moab, beside the Jordan River across from Jericho. So Moses and Eleazar the priest issued these census instructions to the leaders of Israel.
Count all the men of Israel 20 years old and older, just as the Lord commanded Moses.
This is the census record of all the descendants of Israel who came out of Egypt. These were the clans descended from Reuben, Jacob's oldest son. The Hanokite clan, named after its ancestor Hanok. The Paluite clan, named after its ancestor Palu. The Hezronite clan, named after its ancestor Hezron. The Carmite clan, named after its ancestor Carmi. The men from all the clans of Reuben numbered 43,730. Palu was the ancestor of Eliab, and Eliab was the father of Nemuel, Dathan, and Abiram. This Dathan and Abiram are the same community leaders who conspired with Korah against Moses and Aaron, defying the Lord. But the earth opened up and swallowed them with Korah, and 250 of their followers were destroyed that day by fire from the Lord. This served as a warning to the entire nation of Israel. However, the sons of Korah did not die that day. These were the clans descended from the sons of Simeon. The Nemuelite clan, named after its ancestor Nemuel. The Jaminite clan, named after its ancestor Jamin. The Jachinite clan, named after its ancestor Jachin. The Zerahite clan, named after its ancestor Zerah. The Shaulite clan, named after its ancestor Shaul. The men from all the clans of Simeon numbered 22,200. These were the clans descended from the sons of Gad. The Zephonite clan, named after its ancestor Zephon. The Haggite clan, named after its ancestor Haggai. The Shunite clan, named after its ancestor Shunai. The Oznite clan, named after its ancestor Ozni. The Erite clan, named after its ancestor Eri. The Erodite clan, named after its ancestor Erodai. The Erolite clan, named after its ancestor Areli. The men from all the clans of Gad numbered 40,500. Judah had two sons, and Onan, who had died in the land of Canaan. But the following clans descended from Judah's surviving sons: the Shilonite clan, named after its ancestor Shelah. The Perizzite clan, named after its ancestor Perez. The Zerahite clan, named after its ancestor Zerah. These were the subclans descended from the Perizzites: the Hezronites, named after their ancestor Hezron. The Hamulites, named after their ancestor Hamul. The men from all the clans of Judah numbered 76,500. These were the clans descended from the sons of Issachar: the Tolaite clan, named after its ancestor Tola. The Puite clan, named after its ancestor Pua. The Jashubite clan, named after its ancestor Jashub. The Shimronite clan, named after its ancestor Shimron. The men from all the clans of Issachar numbered 64,300. These were the clans descended from the sons of Zebulun: the Siradite clan, named after its ancestor Sired. The Elonite clan, named after its ancestor Elon. The Jalilite clan, named after its ancestor Jalil. The men from all the clans of Zebulun numbered 60,500. Two clans were descended from Joseph through Manasseh and Ephraim. These were the clans descended from Manasseh: the Machirite clan, named after its ancestor Machir. The Gileadite clan, named after its ancestor Gilead, Machir's son. These were the subclans descended from the Gileadites: the Jezerites, named after their ancestor Jezer. The Helekites, named after their ancestor Helek. The Asrielites, named after their ancestor Asriel. The Shechemites, named after their ancestor Shechem. The Shemaites, named after their ancestor Shemida. The Hepherites, named after their ancestor Hepher. Hepher's son Zelophehad had no sons, but his daughters' names were Mala, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. The men from all the clans of Manasseh numbered 52,700. These were the clans descended from the sons of Ephraim: the Shuthelahite clan, named after its ancestor Shuthelah. The Becherite clan, named after its ancestor Becher. The Techanite clan, named after its ancestor Techan. This was the subclan descended from the Shuthelahites: the Eranites, named after their ancestor Eran. The men from all the clans of Ephraim numbered 32,500. These clans of Manasseh and Ephraim were all descendants of Joseph. These were the clans descended from the sons of Benjamin: the Belaite clan, named after its ancestor Bela; the Ashbelite clan, named after its ancestor Ashbel; the Ahiramite clan, named after its ancestor Ahiram; the Shuphamite clan, named after its ancestor Shupham; the Huphamite clan, named after its ancestor Hupham. These were the subclans descended from the Belaites: the Ardites, named after their ancestor Ard; the Naamites, named after their ancestor Naaman. The men from all the clans of Benjamin numbered 45,600. These were the clans descended from the sons of Dan: the Shuhamite clan, named after its ancestor Shuham. All the clans of Dan were Shuhamite clans, and the men from these clans numbered 64,400. These were the clans descended from the sons of Asher: the Imnite clan, named after its ancestor Imnah; the Ishvite clan, named after its ancestor Ishvi; the Bariite clan, named after its ancestor Bariah. These were the subclans descended from the Berarites: the Heberites, named after their ancestor Heber; the Malchielites, named after their ancestor Malchiel. Asher also had a daughter named Sarah. The men from all the clans of Asher numbered 53,400. These were the clans descended from the sons of Naphtali: the Jazielite clan, named after its ancestor Jaziel; the Gunite clan, named after its ancestor Gunai; the Jezerite clan, named after its ancestor Jezer; the Shelemite clan, named after its ancestor Shelem. The men from all the clans of Naphtali numbered 45,400. So the total number of Israelite men counted in the census numbered 601,730. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Divide the land among the tribes in proportion to their populations as indicated by the census. Give the larger tribes more land and the smaller tribes less land, each group's inheritance reflecting the size of its population. Make sure you assign the land by lot and define the inheritance of each ancestral tribe by means of the census listings. Each inheritance must be assigned by lot among the larger and smaller tribal groups." This is the census record for the Levites who were counted according to their clans: the Gershonite clan, named after its ancestor Gershon; the Kohathite clan, named after its ancestor Kohath; the Merarite clan, named after its ancestor Merari; the Libnites, the Hebronites, the Mahlites, the Mushites, and the Korahites were all subclans of the Levites. Now Kohath was the ancestor of Amram, and Amram's wife was named Jochebed. She also was a descendant of Levi, born among the Levites in the land of Egypt. Amram and Jochebed became the parents of Aaron, Moses, and their sister Miriam. To Aaron were born Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died when they burned before the Lord a different kind of fire than he had commanded. The men from the Levite clans who were 1 month old or older numbered 23,000. But the Levites were not included in the total census figure of the people of Israel, because they were not given an inheritance of land when it was divided among the Israelites. So these are the census figures of the people of Israel, as prepared by Moses and Eleazar the priest on the plains of Moab beside the Jordan River across from Jericho. Not one person that Moses and Aaron counted in this census had been among those counted in the previous census taken in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord had said of them, "They will all die in the wilderness." The only exceptions were Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, son of Nun. Chapter 27. One day a petition was presented by the daughters of Zelophehad: Mahlah, Noah, Hog, Aiah, Milcah, and Tirzah. Their father, Zelophehad, was the son of Hepher, son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, son of Joseph. These women went and stood before Moses, Eleazar the priest, the tribal leaders, and the entire community at the entrance of the tabernacle.
"Our father died in the wilderness without leaving any sons,"
they said.
"But he was not among Korah's followers who rebelled against the Lord. He died because of his own sin."
Why should the name of our father disappear just because he had no sons? Give us property along with the rest of our relatives.
So Moses brought their case before the Lord, and the Lord replied to Moses, "The daughters of Zelophehad are right. You must give them an inheritance of land along with their father's relatives. Assign them the property that would have been given to their father. Moreover, announce this to the people of Israel. If a man dies and has no sons, then give his inheritance to his daughters. And if he has no daughters, turn his inheritance over to his brothers. If he has no brothers, give his inheritance to his father's brothers. But if his father has no brothers, pass on his inheritance to the nearest relative in his clan. The Israelites must observe this as a general legal requirement, just as the Lord commanded Moses. One day the Lord said to Moses, "Climb to the top of the mountains east of the river, and look out over the land I have given the people of Israel. After you have seen it, you will die as Aaron your brother did, for you both rebelled against my instructions in the wilderness of Zin. When the people of Israel rebelled, you failed to demonstrate my holiness to them at the waters. These are the waters of Meribah at Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin." Then Moses said to the Lord,
O Lord, the God of the spirits of all living things, please appoint a new leader for the community. Give them someone who will lead them into battle, so the people of the Lord will not be like sheep without a shepherd.
The Lord replied, "Take Joshua son of Nun, who has the Spirit in him, and lay your hands on him. Present him to Eleazar the priest before the whole community, and publicly commission him with the responsibility of leading the people. Transfer your authority to him, so the whole community of Israel will obey him. When direction from the Lord is needed, Joshua will stand before Eleazar the priest, who will determine the Lord's will by means of sacred lots. This is how Joshua and the rest of the community of Israel will discover what they should do." So Moses did as the Lord commanded, and presented Joshua to Eleazar the priest and the whole community. Moses laid his hands on him and commissioned him to his responsibilities, just as the Lord had commanded through Moses. Chapter 28. The Lord said to Moses, "Give these instructions to the people of Israel. The offerings you present to me by fire on the altar are my food, and they are very pleasing to me. See to it that they are brought at the appointed times and offered according to my instructions. Say to them, when you present your daily whole burnt offerings to the Lord, you must offer 2 one-year-old male lambs with no physical defects. 1 lamb will be sacrificed in the morning, and the other in the evening. With each lamb you must offer a grain offering of 2 quarts of choice flour mixed with 1 quart of olive oil. This is the regular burnt offering ordained at Mount Sinai, an offering made by fire very pleasing to the Lord. Along with it you must present the proper drink offering, consisting of 1 quart of fermented drink with each lamb, poured out in the holy place as an offering to the Lord. Offer the 2nd lamb in the evening with the same grain offering and drink offering. It too is an offering made by fire, very pleasing to the Lord. On the Sabbath day sacrifice 2 one-year-old male lambs with no physical defects. They must be accompanied by a grain offering of 3 quarts of choice flour mixed with olive oil, and a drink offering. This is the whole burnt offering to be presented each Sabbath day, in addition to the regular daily burnt offering and its accompanying drink offering. On the first day of each month, present an extra burnt offering to the Lord of 2 young bulls, 1 ram, and 7 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. These will be accompanied by grain offerings of choice flour mixed with olive oil, 5 quarts with each bull, 3 quarts with the ram, and 2 quarts with each lamb. This burnt offering must be presented by fire, and it will be very pleasing to the Lord. You must also give a drink offering with each sacrifice, 2 quarts of wine with each bull, 2.5 pints for the ram, and 1 quart for each lamb. Present this monthly burnt offering on the first day of each month throughout the year. Also on the first day of each month you must offer 1 male goat for a sin offering to the Lord. This is in addition to the regular daily burnt offering and its accompanying drink offering. On the appointed day in early spring you must celebrate the Lord's Passover. On the following day a joyous 7-day festival will begin, but no bread made with yeast may be eaten. On the first day of the festival you must call a sacred assembly of the people. None of your regular work may be done on that day. You must present as a burnt offering to the Lord 2 young bulls, 1 ram, and 7 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. These will be accompanied by grain offerings of choice flour mixed with olive oil, 5 quarts with each bull, 3 quarts with the ram, then 2 quarts with each of the 7 lambs. You must also offer a male goat as a sin offering to make atonement for yourselves. You will present these offerings in addition to your regular morning sacrifices On each day of the 7 days of the festival, this is how you will prepare the food offerings to be presented by fire, very pleasing to the Lord. These will be offered in addition to the regular whole burnt offerings and drink offerings. On the 7th day of the festival, you must call another holy assembly of the people. None of your regular work may be done on that day. On the 1st day of the festival of harvest, when you present the first of your new grain to the Lord, you must call a holy assembly of the people. None of your regular work may be done on that day. A special whole burnt offering will be offered that day, very pleasing to the Lord. It will consist of 2 young bulls, 1 ram, and 7 one-year-old male lambs. These will be accompanied by grain offerings of choice flour mixed with olive oil, 5 quarts with each bull, 3 quarts with the ram, and 2 quarts with each of the 7 lambs. Also offer 1 male goat to make atonement for yourselves. These special burnt offerings, along with their drink offerings, are in addition to the regular daily burnt offering and its accompanying grain offering. Be sure that all the animals you sacrifice have no physical defects. Chapter 29. The Festival of Trumpets will be celebrated on the appointed day in early autumn each year. You must call a solemn assembly of all the people on that day, and no regular work may be done. On that day you must present a burnt offering, very pleasing to the Lord. It will consist of 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 7 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. These must be accompanied by grain offerings of choice flour mixed with olive oil, 5 quarts with the bull, 3 quarts with the ram, and 2 quarts with each of the 7 lambs. In addition, you must sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering to make atonement for yourselves. These special sacrifices are in addition to your regular monthly and daily burnt offerings, and they must be given with their prescribed grain offerings and drink offerings. These offerings are given to the Lord by fire and are very pleasing to Him. 10 days later you must call another holy assembly of all the people. On that day, the Day of Atonement, the people must go without food, and no regular work may be done. You must present a burnt offering very pleasing to the Lord. It will consist of 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 7 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. These offerings must be accompanied by the prescribed grain offerings of choice flour mixed with olive oil, 5 quarts of choice flour with the bull, 3 quarts of choice flour with the ram, and 2 quarts of choice flour with each of the 7 lambs. You must also sacrifice 1 male goat for a sin offering. This is in addition to the sin offering of atonement and the regular daily burnt offering with its grain offering and their accompanying drink offerings. 5 days later, you must call yet another holy assembly of all the people, and on that day no regular work may be done. It is the beginning of the Festival of Shelters, a 7-day festival to the Lord. That day you must present a special whole burnt offering by fire, very pleasing to the Lord. It will consist of 13 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. Each of these offerings must be accompanied by a grain offering of choice flour mixed with olive oil, 5 quarts for each of the 13 bulls, 3 quarts for each of the 2 rams, and 2 quarts for each of the 14 lambs. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular daily burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and drink offering. On the 2nd day of this 7-day festival, sacrifice 12 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by the prescribed grain offering and drink offering. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular daily burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and drink offering. On the 3rd day of the festival, sacrifice 11 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by the prescribed grain offering and drink offering. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular daily burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and drink offering. On the 4th day of the festival, sacrifice 10 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by the prescribed grain offering and drink offering. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular daily burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and drink offering. On the 5th day of the festival, sacrifice 9 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by the prescribed grain offering and drink offering. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular daily burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and drink offering. On the 6th day of the festival, sacrifice 8 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by the prescribed grain offering and drink offering. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular daily burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and drink offering. On the 7th day of the festival, sacrifice 7 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by the prescribed grain offering and drink offering. You must also sacrifice 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular daily burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and drink offering. On the 8th day of the festival, call all the people to another holy assembly. You must do no regular work on that day. You must present a burnt offering very pleasing to the Lord. It will consist of 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 7 one-year-old male lambs, all with no physical defects. Each of these offerings must be accompanied by the prescribed grain offering and drink offering. You must also sacrifice 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular daily burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and drink offering. You must present these offerings to the Lord at your annual festivals. These are in addition to the sacrifices and offerings you present in connection with vows, or as free will offerings, burnt offerings, grain offerings, drink offerings, or peace offerings. So Moses gave all of these instructions to the people of Israel, just as the Lord had commanded him. Chapter 30. Now Moses summoned the leaders of the tribes of Israel and told them,
This is what the Lord has commanded. A man who makes a vow to the Lord or makes a pledge under oath must never break it. He must do exactly what he said he would do. If a young woman makes a vow to the Lord or a pledge under oath while she is still living at her father's home, and her father hears of the vow or pledge but says nothing, then all her vows and pledges will stand. But if her father refuses to let her fulfill the vow or pledge on the day he hears of it, then all her vows and pledges will become invalid. The Lord will forgive her because her father would not let her fulfill them. Now suppose a young woman takes a vow or makes an impulsive pledge and later marries. If her husband learns of her vow or pledge and raises no objections on the day he hears of it, her vows and pledges will stand. But if her husband refuses to accept her vow or impulsive pledge on the day he hears of it, he nullifies her commitments, and the Lord will forgive her. If, however, a woman is a widow or is divorced, she must fulfill all her vows and pledges no matter what. Suppose a woman is married and living in her husband's home when she makes a vow or pledge. If her husband hears of it and does nothing to stop her, her vow or pledge will stand. But if her husband refuses to accept it on the day he hears of it, her vow or pledge will be nullified, and the Lord will forgive her. So her husband may either confirm or nullify any vows or pledges she makes to deny herself. But if he says nothing on the day he hears of it, then he is agreeing to it. If he waits more than a day and then tries to nullify a vow or pledge, he will suffer the consequences of her guilt.
These are the regulations the Lord gave Moses concerning relationships between a man and his wife, and between a father and a young daughter who still lives at home.